Part 284. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2831. The main purpose of the exchange battle is naturally to divide the precious sacred soil resources. Now that the sacred soil resources have been discovered in the jurisdiction of the Yuanxi Academy, the reason why this time the school and college exchange competition has attracted so much attention is also because of this. It is a matter of sacred soil resources, so don't be careless. If a school or college obtains more sacred soil resources, then the chances of cultivating peerless geniuses or even peerless powerhouses will be greater in the future. Repeatedly, the specific situation will become extremely real. There are still a few months before the start of the exchange competition. Taking advantage of this time, I can improve myself in all aspects. And there is a task that has been pressed for a long time, and it is time to complete it. Fang Fan licked his lips, moved his eyes, and then looked at the system panel. Mission name, Lurk. Mission introduction, go to the Temple of the Alliance of Light to Lurk, become a priest of the Temple of the Alliance of Light, and make a fortune secretly. Initial goal, first get a 4th rank Archbishop Dang Dang. Midterm goal, become a 3rd rank Cardinal. Later goal, become a 3rd rank Cardinal. A 2nd rank Cardinal. The ultimate goal, to become a 1st rank Pope. Task time limit, indefinite. Mission rewards, initial goal, completed, midterm goal, completed, late goal reward, all legions under your command will be upgraded by 1 level. A god position will be opened immediately on the list of gods. Ultimate goal reward, to be opened. Mission penalty, none. Remarks, as the supplier of the greatest one in the endless heavens, please carry out the lurking to the end. When you go undercover and become the ultimate boss of the other party, you are a god-slaying warrior. This is mainly aimed at the 3rd-class Temple of the Alliance of Light in the Sky Sanctuary. Now Fang Fan still wears the priesthood of acting cardinal of the 3rd-class deputy 2nd rank of the Temple of the Light Alliance in the Qingtian Sanctuary. At present, the initial and midterm goals of this task of latent have been completed. Now the goal of the later task is to become the 2nd rank cardinal of Qingtian Sanctuary. In fact, Fang Fan is only a little bit short. And according to the promise made by Pope Gongyezuo, the 3rd-class Light Alliance shrine in the Qingtian Sanctuary, as long as Fang Fan and others can successfully become the students of the Inner Palace in the previous freshman assessment of the Guangming Academy, they can be directly conferred as the 3rd-class disciples of the Qingtian Sanctuary. Waiting for the deputy 1st rank of the Temple of the Light Alliance to act as the saint. Fang Fan had already fulfilled this task long ago, but he had been busy with the internal affairs of Guangming Academy before, and he never went back. If you go back now, you can directly complete the later stage of the latent mission, and then you can get rich rewards. All the legions under his command will be upgraded by 1 level, plus the list of gods can also open a new god position. Fang Fan couldn't refuse these 2 rewards. I now have 8 6-star Sanctuary Legions and 2 5-star Sanctuary Legions. Once a level is fully promoted, there will be 8 7-star Sanctuary Legions and 2 6-star Sanctuary Legions. The lineup under his command will also become stronger. These are the good things in the imagination. Before going to Yuanxi Academy, these plans must be completed. Fang Fan murmured to himself, thinking to himself, then nodded silently. Gradually, everyone has arrived at the gate of Guangming Academy. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2832. It has been almost half a month since I left Guangming Academy, which can be regarded as a long time away. Fang Fan then stretched his waist, ready to go to the dormitory to have a good rest. Brother Fang Fan, are you back? Hey. How is it? How about going to the trial site this time? I heard that your first year seed class has been targeted with a heavy trial task this time. I think Brother Fang Fan's appearance should be clear. And Brother Bai Biao, Brother Gisha. In the distance, Zhuoqiu rushed over excitedly. While talking, he nodded quickly, the excitement on his face was beyond words. Needless to say anything else, this posture is very pure. Speaking of which, it's been a long time since I saw Zhou Yao. Because Fang Fan and others are not in the same grade as Zhou Yao, even if they joined the seed class, they did not train together. Fang Fan and others joined the first grade seed class, while Zhou Yao joined the third grade seed class. With a glance, some bloody marks can be clearly seen on Zhou Yao's cheek. The clothes on his body also looked a bit worn out, and he could smell a clear bloody smell on his body. It is conceivable that the training of his third grade seed class is not as easy as imagined. Fang Fan silently nodded, his gaze fully raised. Where did Brother Zhuoqiu go to try this time? It seems that I have encountered a lot. The cultivation base has also been promoted to the 6-star sanctuary realm. It seems that Brother Zhuoqiu can apply to become a sky-level student. Fang Fan glanced around Zhuoqiu, then nodded silently and said, Hey. By chance. Actually, I didn't do anything, I just went to the Monster Beast mountain range and killed a few monsters. Anyway, the content of the trial is almost the same, it's too boring. It's not like you, Tai Shuja, who is known as the mentor of the dead, arranges the trial task. Tisk, it's very exciting when you think about it. Zhuoqiu's eyes lit up, while talking, he nodded excitedly. Needless to say anything else, this attitude and gesture is very real. Oh, right. I heard that Brother Fang Fan seems to have done something big this time. There is almost no limit to rumors and rumors after this. What did you say that Brother Fang Fan beheaded a saint from the dark camp? Really are. Can't these people think about it when they spread these rumors? Is this possible? Hey, 3 people become tigers, this is too scary. Isn't this purely slandering Brother Fang Fan? I argued with them at that time. I said that I know you, Brother Fang Fan, and let them make less rumors. Really are. This is not a place outside the law, how can we allow them to mess around there? It's ridiculous. Brother Fang Fan, don't I know? You still argue with me about these things. Simply overwhelmed. While Zhuoqiu was talking, he complained excitedly from the side. Anyway, what is shown inside and out is that meaning. Pure and true. A wave of feeling is in place, in fact, that is the case. But as Zhuoqiu continued to speak, suddenly there was no response from the surrounding area. And Bai Biao Gisha also stared at him strangely. Zhuoqiu shrank his neck, why did he suddenly become so creepy? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2833. What kind of expression do you guys have? If you have something to say, Don't stare at me like that. Cao. Hold on. Zhou Yao licked his lips, then opened his eyes wide and complained. Actually, that's really not a rumor. Brother Zhuoqiu, your news, really should be updated. Guisha was deeply moved, and then said with pursed lips. Zhou Yao really didn't understand it at first, but after Zhou Yao finished talking, Zhou Yao didn't realize it. What do you mean? It's not a rumor. Could it be true? Don't fool me. Is this the rhythm of going to be completely supernatural? Good on. It doesn't seem to be the case. Is it all this exciting now? Cao. Brother Fang Fan can kill the Holy One. These days, what am I missing? Zhuoqiu Yao was completely stunned. While talking at this moment, he immediately covered his chest, and the various lights in his eyes became more and more. At this time, his mentality has taken off in full swing. That's it? That's it? What else can I say about this? My brain hurts, okay. Mentality, cracked. Cough. You didn't miss anything. It's just that there may be some changes in the situation. Forward. How should I put it? With the full assistance of the heroic and fearless envoy of God, Fang Fan killed a middle-level saint in the dark camp. Let me tell you in advance, I was entangled with that middle-level saint in the dark camp for 5 minutes. It is precisely because of this that Fang Fan has created enough time and opportunities. If you want to say the biggest credit, in fact, the biggest credit is me. Brother Zhuoqiu, don't get excited, just stay steady. Bai Piao patted his chest, while talking, then silently nodded, and the smiles on his face grew more and more. Needless to say about other things for the time being, this mentality is very real. What is expressed is that attitude. The attitude is in place, and there is no need to say anything else. I go. It's really, underestimated. So powerful. Brother Fang Fan, hug your thighs. It's because I'm out of shape. At this moment, Zhou Yao felt inexplicably buzzing in his head. As he was speaking, his lips could not help but tremble slightly. While talking, he nodded repeatedly, and the thoughts in his heart also took off. As for Bai Piao, although Bai Piao described himself a lot just now, Zhou Qiuyao subconsciously ignored all of them. Brother Zhuoqiu, don't listen to their nonsense. Actually, it's just a coincidence. It's not a problem at all. Fang Fan smiled, and then said frankly from the side, just such an attitude, pure and true, there is no need to say anything at all. No no no. What a coincidence is nonsense. Anyway, it is true that it is possible to kill the Holy One. Brother Fang Fan, in our Guangming Academy, you go and inquire among those students, no matter what is the sky-level student or the earth-level student, they will be tyrannized in front of the Holy One. Brother Fang Fan, if you can kill the Holy Lord, you are the #1 person in Guangming Academy. Zhou Qiuyao began to put a high hat on Fang Fan. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2834. It seems to be quite the case. Fang Fan subconsciously touched his forehead, he really didn't want too many people to know his details. If you reveal too much about this aspect of strength, it may not be very effective, and sooner or later there will be problems. Isn't it delicious to pretend to be a pig and eat a tiger? Are there any of these? There is really no need for this. Fang Fan let out a foul breath, thinking to himself, his eyebrows raised subconsciously. The thoughts gathered here, and the feelings gradually increased. Steady is the real meaning. As for the others, they are all bullshit. Brother Zhuoqiu, let's stop this matter, don't expand the scope. It makes me feel like I really have the combat power of the Holy Lord. It will only increase the trouble at that time. At that time, the saint in the dark camp was already seriously injured, and then I used the sky-shattering all my master gave me to achieve my wish. Fang Fan shrugged, and then explained directly. In front of Zhuoqiu Yao, there is no need to cover up too much. An explanation is a cover-up. A cover-up is the truth. Brother Fang Fan, no matter what you say, this matter is already settled. Anyway, I remember now. You took off. Hey. While talking, Zhuoqiu Yao nodded quickly and said. Now it has evolved to the point where oil and salt do not make progress. Fang Fan said that it was really difficult for him. Nice. Flew out of the sky. By the way, brother Fang Fan, cough, I have something, I need your help. I didn't intend to look for you, but my side, there is really no one here. You also know that I am the vice president of Tiandao Society. Isn't this a friendly match between the Tiandao Society and the Guangming Society? The purpose is to carve up the resources of our Tiandao Society and Guangming Society for the next 100 years. In order to support the development of the society, the school will support a batch of resources every century. Normally, we all need the initiative to obtain resources through this exchange game. If you win the exchange competition, you will naturally get more and better resources. If you lose, you can only let others slaughter you. This time, Tiandao Society must not lose again. Last time, due to various reasons, I missed a move, and the Guangming Society took the lead. If we lose again this time, where will the face of our Tiandao Society go? Brother Fang Fan. If you can go out, our Tiandao Society will be stable. Zhuoqiu rubbed his hands together, and while talking, his face couldn't help showing a look of infinite anticipation. Now that the eyeballs are so excited, it is obvious that they are still very concerned about this matter. If it is not handled well, there will be more things involved. In all aspects, it is always necessary to be steady. Staying alive is a must. For it, Brother Zhuoqiu has also been promoted to the 6-star sanctuary, so you can just go up. I shouldn't be needed. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, then shrugged. I can't. Why? If I can get out, what else can I do to them? I don't know what kind of broken rules this is. It is said that the president and vice president are not allowed to participate in the competition. And he said he was afraid of hurting his peace. Damn it, I don't usually see harmony, but I thought of it when I was fighting. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2835. Zhuoqiu rolled his eyes, and then complained. Brother Fang Fan, anyway, if you don't help me this time, I'll be doomed. On this occasion, that bastard President Sun Han actually went to retreat. Tell me, what can I do in this situation? It's nothing. The development of Tiandao society in recent years is just like that, the students of the new generation are still a little tender. Why? People's hearts are not ancient. Students with a little bit of potential want to run towards the Guangming society, because basically the people they meet at the Guangming society are senior priests from the major temples of the Light Alliance. Anyway, this wave is embarrassing. Zhuoqiu babbled, and then followed suit with all-round complaints. Needless to say the rest, this feeling has become clear invisibly. On the whole, that is actually the case. Sincere and clear. Zhuoqiu still had the same nagging personality as before. Anyway, all kinds of words just kept going, that's probably what happened. Normally, Fang Fan is too lazy to participate in this kind of activities, he has always been more Buddhist. Brother Fang Fan, according to the agreement between our Tiandao Society and the Guangming Society, there will be a total of 5 competitions. 5 games determine the outcome. For it. Normally, as long as you win a game, the Tiandao Club will reward you with 100,000 credits. Zhuoqiu continued to follow the code. 100,000 credits is almost 2 billion low-grade star cores. From Zhuoqiu's point of view, it doesn't seem too small. If it was Fang Fan in the past, maybe he would think the same way. As for now, it doesn't seem to matter. Now if you want to promote your legion to a higher level, you need to start with 1 trillion star cores at every turn. Brother Zhuoqiu, your market is not doing well. 100,000 credits? 2 billion low-grade star cores. This. Are you sending beggars away? Why? This is too little. Fang Fan's previous fights at the Colosseum in the Holy City of Light basically started with trillions of low-grade star cores. Bai Piao shook his head, then pretended to be aggressive. How many trillions? Now, do you have this number now? Good on. Zhuo Yao took a deep breath, looking a little dazed. Normally, an ordinary low-level saint would have an asset worth billions or tens of billions of low-grade star cores. Now as a student, if you can get a reward of 2 billion in one go, it will be awesome. After all, he is still too small. Certainly. Why? As a god envoy with trillions of low-grade star cores, I can't even look down on him, let alone Fang Fan. I saw with my own eyes that my cheap master stuffed 10 trillion yuan into his arms. It's so eccentric. Bai Piao gritted her teeth and followed suit. While Bai Piao was talking, he immediately started a full-scale Versailles, and then took out the storage ring in his hand to light it up, and a large number of star cores fell to the ground. This guy will feel uncomfortable if he doesn't pretend for a day. I haven't seen you for more than half a month, what happened? This disconnection is a bit too serious. Zhuo Yao has some doubts about life. Immediately, his eyes glanced around, and then looked at Gisha. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2836. You don't want to come over and hit me too. Zhuo Yao's face was full of bitterness, and he looked quite confused at the moment. Strike. It is impossible to strike. For it. I don't have many star cores on me, but hundreds of billions. Compared to brother Bai Piao and brother Fang Fan, it's far worse. Gui Sha shrugged, and then said sincerely. He was not as crazy as Bai Piao when he was conducting a comprehensive gambling game in the Colosseum before, so the benefits he obtained were very limited. Zhuo Yao. It turns out that the clown is actually me. I thought I could still come up with this condition to pretend, but now I was slapped in the face. This slap in the face hurts so much. A group of Versailles masters. Can't do it, really can't do it. Too difficult. They all won at the gamble. Call. If I knew it was so profitable, I would have participated in Hammer's third-grade seed class. Just follow it. Miss this great opportunity. Why? Too difficult. Zhou Yao was deeply moved, and while talking, he immediately complained. Needless to say anything else for the time being, this gesture has already been revealed invisibly. Now this situation is very embarrassing. This condition can't please people at all. These are all big bosses with trillions of low-grade star cores, who is the right one to invite? Seeing Zhuo Yao's distraught face, Fang Fan at the side couldn't bear it. Jealousy drives people crazy. It's true to take it easy a little bit. Now it seems a little too hard. I'm going to participate in this friendly match. When will this friendly match be held? It's just a matter of time. However, let me explain in advance that we may not be able to win. My combat power is very limited. Don't look too high on me. It's really just an accident that killed the Holy Master of the Dark Camp. Fang Fan pondered for a while, and then followed up from the side. Needless to say anything else for now, this gesture was revealed invisibly. He, brother Fang Fan is really awesome. Others don't matter, as long as you can follow in place. This wave can follow suit. When the time comes, those people from the Guangming Society will be so arrogant. Brother Fang Fan, you are saving me from danger. The people of the Guangming Society are really too arrogant now. They are simply incompetent. Zhou Qiyao continued to show his nagging nature. While talking, he immediately nodded excitedly. Discussed with Zhuo Yao, 2 days later to participate in the club-friendly match of Guangming Academy. Although there are indeed many large and small associations in Guangming Academy, the ones that are really competitive are Tiandao Society and Guangming Society. So at the scene of the friendly match, it is enough for these two associations to compete against each other. As for the others, they are all watching the show. After separating from Xiao and the others, Fang Fan was going to take Xiao Liyulai for a stroll around the school before going back. Lu Jiyi, who was at the side, didn't say a word, and followed her all the time, with a very quiet expression on her face. It's still very eye-catching for Fang Fan to go out alone with two such superb beauties. I'm going for a walk with my husband. What are you doing after me? Xiao Liyulai bared her little canine teeth and said rather fiercely. I followed senior brother, of course, to take care of senior brother. Besides, you can follow brother Fang Fan, why can't I? Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2837. Lu Jiyi held her head high and said quite confidently, anyway, what she expressed this time was indeed the same thing. The light in her eyes became more and more, and the sound of breathing was vividly displayed. Needless to say the rest, the mentality is still very real. We are different. This is my husband. Xiao Liyulai said proudly. Then this is still my senior brother. I have everything you have. Why can't it work? Brother Fang Fan, I just want to follow you. Lu Jiyi blinked while talking. The excitement on her face was beyond words. Needless to say the rest, for the time being, this kind of excitement is very pure. Then came the battle for favor between the two women, Xiao Liyulai and Lu Jiyi. Fang Fan felt his scalp tingling. Why don't you take it easy? Such a headache. Hey, what is that place? It looks quite unique. Fang Fan glanced forward deliberately, trying to change the subject. The logistics department. This should be the logistics location of the school. It should be possible to use credits to exchange for some special resources here. Lu Jiyi raised her head and took a look, then followed suit. Whizzing. Whoosh whoosh. At this moment, the Zhantian sword in Fang Fan's hand suddenly vibrated. Master, Master, there are treasures needed for Zhan's promotion. Yes, it's red blood thunder copper. It's really red blood thunder copper. If you can devour the red blood thunder copper here, Zhan should be able to be promoted to a 5-star holy weapon. The artifact spirit of Zhantian's sword said excitedly, and then the trembling sound of the sword body became more and more clear. Red blood thunder copper. Fang Fan silently nodded. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't hurt to go and have a look. Fang Fan strode out, and then walked towards the logistics department. Fang Fan glanced inside, but found nothing. Why is there no one in the logistics office? And here, it's eerie. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, and then complained from the side. Isn't the old man human? When you're young, your eyesight won't work. Suddenly, a long voice came, followed by an old man with gray hair who climbed up on the ground. It was really quiet just now, but when I saw this place suddenly, I felt more or less creepy. This suddenly appeared, it was too weird. You can't take it easy. It's you. When Fang Fan saw the gray-haired old man in front of him, his eyes immediately lit up. He knew this old man. It's you, kid. It's really you, kid. Yes. There is also this girl doll. You were the ones who made the land of crossing tribulation to pieces. Why? At that time, I was deducted a month's allowance. I was banned from drinking for a month. The gray-haired old man, Lao Gentu, stared wide-eyed, talking, and then followed up with a full-fledged complaint. The more I talked, the more excited I became, and the more I talked, the more I gritted my teeth. Hearing this, Fang Fan shrugged. It can't be our fault. Who made the defensive measures in the land of crossing the catastrophe not in place? I remember that you were still the steward of the land of tribulation. This should be your responsibility. You're not doing your job right. I haven't asked you for mental damage fees yet. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, and then said seriously. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2838. Old Zhen was so angry that his beard unnaturally turned up. You kid, have you learned how to beat back? Is this the same thing? What's the problem with the land of crossing the catastrophe? It's obviously the Holy Land Thunder catastrophe of the girl you brought with you at that time. It's too weird. This is the first time the old man has seen it after living for so many years. Forget it, let's not talk about the past. What are you doing here today? Old Genta babbled for a while, then frowned, waved his hands and continued. For it. It's actually nothing. The main reason is to come and see your old man. Fang Fan rolled his eyes, and then said sincerely. What Fang Fan wanted was the red blood thunder copper in the logistics warehouse, and this old Genta seemed to be in charge of managing the logistics warehouse. At this time, it is natural to have a good relationship. Fang Fan is very clear about the fact that the county magistrate is not as good as the current one. What did you say? Look at me. Just you. Just tell me what the hell you're up to, kid. Isn't what you said a little too false? Can you be more fake? The corner of Lao Zhen's mouth twitched, and then he made a full-scale complaint. Anyway, that's what it looks like all along. Cough. After all, you are an elder, and you are so old, and you are also an old man in the school. I came to see you as an old man. Isn't that what juniors should do? This is Keel wine, specially brought for you. Fang Fan took out a gourd Keel wine from the storage ring, which was left over from the previous drinking. Dragon bone wine. Suck, suck. Call. Tasty. Pretty good. You're a smart boy. But don't try to fool me like this. Tell me quickly, what's going on? Because you are still relatively sensible, the old man will solve everything for you. This gourd's Keel wine is still very useful, at least the old Genta's attitude has changed at this moment. Cough. Actually, it's not a big problem. All this is within your authority, Senior Zhen. Such a big Guangming Academy actually entrusts you with such a huge logistics warehouse. It seems that you are very happy in the academy. This is not something that ordinary people can do. It is not so easy to sort out all aspects of such a large warehouse. Senior Zhen has done all of this, and this is what I admire the most. Senior Zhen really made me look different in this aspect. Senior Zhen. Fang Fan came first with a wave of strategic praise. Facts have proved that no one does not like to listen to flattery. As long as the flattery is in place, it can basically get twice the result with half the effort. If you have something to say it quickly. If you fart, let it go. Jiji Wei Wai for so long, I almost confused the old man. Gudong. Old Genta took another sip of wine for himself, and then said with a beard and a stare. For it. Actually, things are very simple. I want all the red blood thunder copper here. Fang Fan's eyes lit up, and he said directly, this is the promotion material that Zhan Tianjian needs. According to the spirit of Zhan Tian's sword, if he can absorb the red blood thunder copper in this warehouse, he can be directly promoted to a 5-star holy weapon. You know, this is the Zhan Tian sword of the 5-star holy weapon level. Far beyond the ordinary 5-star sacred artifact. Zhan Tianjian, the King of Swords. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 2839. Crimson Blood Thunder Copper. Do you want all of them? You kid is really a lion. Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. Too much. And you should be clear about the school's rules. If you want to exchange things here, you can only use credits. Do you know how many credits it takes to exchange all the red blood thunder copper here? What do you need such a precious material as a freshman? This scarlet blood thunder copper is generally used to refine weapons and armors of the 7-star sacred weapon and above. Besides, it doesn't take so much to refine 1 or 2 pieces. Old Zhen frowned, and then followed up with a comprehensive guess. But after thinking about it, it didn't feel right. Senior, don't ask too much about the purpose, I'm sure it will be useful. As for credits, your price is 1 million credits, is that enough? Fang Fan shrugged, and then said calmly. He still has this confidence. The credits accumulated before have never been used, and this trial task has obtained almost 800,000 credits. Now Fang Fan still has a credit balance of 1 million. If he doesn't even have this confidence, it is not in vain blind? Million. Good guy. Aren't you a freshman? Aren't you a freshman? Where did the million credits come from? Millions of credits, worth 20 billion low-grade star cores. And this is not a matter of the star core. Generally, who would give up their credits? There's something tricky about you. Tell me honestly, boy, where did you get so many credits? Isn't it some illegal operation indeed? You kid never stops. The old gentoo glanced at Fang Fan several times. Anyway, the attitude expressed was that Fang Fan was extremely distrustful. Needless to say anything else, this is probably the attitude at the moment. Fang Fan felt his scalp tingling from what he said. Why bother? Are there any of these? The point is, there is no such thing at all, okay. Is this associative ability a bit too strong? This can't just stop a little bit. Fang Fan let out a foul breath, and had nothing to say at this moment. Anyway, that's what happened. These guarantees come from the right path. Well, it was all confirmed by Deputy Palace Master Shui Wanren. If you don't believe it, you can go to him to verify. Fang Fan shrugged, and then said helplessly. I don't even dare to measure you. But if it's just a million credits, it's still a lot worse. This batch of red blood thunder copper weighs about 7 caddies. Normally, more than 7 million credits are required. Your 1 million credits can give you a caddy of red blood thunder copper. I've already relaxed the review requirements for you. Under normal circumstances, freshmen like you don't have the authority to exchange for so much red blood thunder copper. Old Gentoo was talking, and then reminded him from the side. Fang Fan nodded silently, keeping all of this in his heart. But there are some things that need to be resolved, and they should be properly resolved. Sword of Zhan Tian, 1 caddy of red blood thunder copper, is that enough? Fang Fan's consciousness moved slightly, and he asked directly. Master, a caddy of red blood thunder copper is too little, at least 5 caddies are needed. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 2840. Fang Fan silently nodded in response from the spirit of the Zhan Tian sword weapon. If we can't get everything together in this regard, Zhan Tianjian's promotion may have to be delayed for a while. At this time, we still have to be steady. Fang Fan let out a foul breath, thinking to himself, his eyes flickered with a different kind of brilliance. Fang Fan continued to look at old Gentoo. Cough. Can I pay on credit? Senior Zhen, you see that the relationship between us is so good. I've already earned this credit and I'll just give it back to you. Don't worry, you have to calculate the interest or something, I will definitely not have the slightest problem. Now I really need this batch of red blood thunder copper, it's best to give them all to me. I'll pledge my reputation to you. While Fang Fan was talking, a serious look appeared on his face. Using your credit as a mortgage. On credit? How on earth do you have the nerve to say such a thing? Ah, this. Isn't it enough to exchange a caddy of red blood thunder copper for you? What exactly do you want to do? Want to be a white wolf with me empty-handed? Do you think it's possible? I still feel that something is wrong with you, kid. Old Gentu's eyeballs followed, and then his eyes kept scanning Fang Fan, and the suspicious look on his face became more and more. Fang Fan shrugged his shoulders with a calm face. Excuse me, Senior Zhen, can we use star cores instead of credits? Can my husband use the star core to buy those red blood thunder copper? Xiao Liulai on the side blinked and then said. Star core? You sure? 7 caddies of red blood lightning copper is worth 7 million credits, converted into star cores, it is 140 billion low-grade star cores. You. Senior, this is 150 billion low-grade star cores, if there are any more, I will treat you to a drink. Xiao Liulai smiled heartily, and then handed over a storage ring. Old Gentu. Are these little guys so proud now? Is this still a freshman at the academy? Even those sky-level students in the school definitely can't afford such a large sum of star cores. Just now, Fang Fan directly took out 1 million credits, which already made Lao Zhen feel confused. Now Xiao Liulai is here again, delivering 150 billion low-grade star cores at every turn, and casually took out 100 Wanziapan star core bribed him. Ah, this. Which dandy do you all come from? The Holy Family of the First-Class Temple of Light? Or the Pope's family? Or those main families of the first-rank forces? No. Ordinary first-rank forces can't cultivate such a level of prodigal son. A top-notch force? A demigod descendant. The demigods shouldn't be so proud. What exactly is your composition? Call. Old Zhen was completely confused. I can't move my eyes a little. Fang Fan also glanced at Xiao Liulai in surprise. He can take out 150 billion low-grade star cores at will, which is indeed something. It was all one in the Colosseum. Master Murong, you brought my. I just made some fur. Master Murong, you earned 4 trillion yuan. You can eat soft rice again. Xiao Liulai stuck out her tongue, and while talking, she immediately returned to her eccentric look.